I'm going to be showing you how to make 3 different masks with any art materials that you have available to you, considering the circumstances. These masks are going to use the skills that we've already worked on, like cutting, coloring, and gluing, as well as working some new skills like building, and also a new art tool that we are going to be talking about, which is called symmetry. Symmetry is when a picture or an artwork has the same thing on both sides, but they mirror each other. So if you see on this side, it has all the same lines going out from the middle and all the same lines going out from the middle and an eye on both sides. Okay, so it's symmetrical, just like our faces and our bodies. All 3 of these masks are symmetrical because they have, again, the same thing on both sides, and they mirror each other from the middle. Okay, this is our middle right here. For this week, you can choose any of the masks to do: the SpiderMan, the bird mask, or the lion mask. But what you should be doing is watching how the first mask is made, the SpiderMan mask, so that you get the basic idea of what you're going to need to do and how we're going to go about this process. You won't have to do every step that I'm doing, but you will have to try and follow along to the best of your ability, of course, with what I'm doing in the video and what I'm telling you. Break this project up throughout the week. You don't have to do it all in one shot. Remember, when you're working on your mask, to think about symmetry, taking your time, and trying your best. These are the sketches that I sketched out when I thought of what masks I wanted to do. Just a basic idea of the shapes that I need for each mask. The first one, I'm going to start with SpiderMan. It's going to be the easiest one, or the simplest one at least. What I'm using here is card paper. It literally feels like a card. If you wobble, it makes a wobbly sound. So first thing you're going to do is fold the paper in half, hot dog way. Hot dog is long way. After you do that, flip the paper back over and see what shape head you need to draw. So again, we're working on symmetry, and symmetry means that each side can mirror the other side. So what I draw on the right side is going to come out the mirror opposite on the left side. So now I'm going to cut out the shape that I just drew for my SpiderMan face. And that looks more like an alien face, so we're gonna do it again. Fold your paper hot dog style, long ways, and draw a little bit bigger chin this time. Cut it out. Now I'm drawing in where I want the eyes to go. I'm going to draw the one on the right first, cut it out, and then I'll be able to trace it onto the other side. So again, we will stay symmetrical. It's kind of like a wing up at the side. So it's a straight line, diagonal line up towards the outside and in towards the middle. And then a U, or a curved line, underneath. You'll see that in a second. Folded the paper back in half, trace the eye, cut that shape out again on the other side. Still symmetrical. Alright. Then I started drawing the design. So there's like black outline to SpiderMan's eyes. So I'm drawing that. Then I'm going in and seeing what else I need. What I decided to do was put points all around the face where I'm going to make the SpiderMan connect. I'm drawing those points now.
could not find a ruler to save my life, so I just used any straight edge that I had. Including that notebook. And then I used a wavy line to connect each dot all the way around the mask. The lines connect right in one center point. The wavy lines connect in a circle all the way around the face to make that spider web splash right from the middle of Spider-Man's mask. So yeah, just use what you have. You can use colored pencil, you can use crayon, anything you have. Just color it in. The white lines are just the design and pencil. I just went around those white lines in, so you can go back and color them in black with a black Sharpie. I use that for the eyes also, and yeah, turned out pretty cool. I like how vivid the Sharpies come out. And if you color it in like I did, doing the lines right next to each other in little short motions, it'll all kind of look like one red color with no white spaces in between. So yeah, practice your coloring while you make your mask. Once you have the mask all colored in, it's time to attach a string to the back so that we can wear it. I just used regular black string that I had. You could probably use any kind of string that you would have in the house, and if you don't have a string, that's fine. You can just tape a popsicle stick to it or glue a popsicle stick to it and be done. So I folded the mask back in half and used the tip of my scissors to create a little hole next to the eye. You want to hold it, you want the string to hold right from about where your eye is. This is where you might need some help from a parent, and that's fine. So just be safe with your scissors, and we all know how to do that, so I have faith. Also, after you poke your little hole, you're going to feed the string through with the pencil and then tie a knot. So I loop the string around my finger and then push the string around the back of the loop and through the hole, if that makes sense. And then I tie it tight, and I do that about like 4 times so that the string doesn't pull through the hole on the mask. Pull it through.
Cool though. I like it. So I could leave it like this, or I'm gonna add,
Other side of the string.
I think, some rubber bands.
Hole on the other side of the mask using the pencil. And again, loop the string and tie about 4 knots so that the string doesn't pull through on that side either. If you want to attach the rubber bands so that your string has a little bit of stretch to it when you're wearing it, I just use these hair tie rubber bands. You can get it in a pack from the dollar store. And this one's tricky too, so you might need an adult to help you, or an older sibling, or just somebody that kind of knows a little bit about these knots. I'll try and put a little demonstration of the knots. I knotted the 4 rubber bands together to make this string. Cut the string that's already on the mask in half to then tie that string to the rubber bands. And there you go. You got a stretchy mask holder. String.
Alright, is that it?
It works.
Got some stretch
Pulls over
to
your
it,
head.
so
Stretches. It has a little bit of give to it. It feels nice.
Alright, so now we have a mask with stretchy string. So next we have this bird. I'm gonna use watercolors to paint it after I cut it all out on printer paper. So printer paper is just regular white paper. It's not hard at all. The other stuff that I used for the SpiderMan was like a little bit more like card, so it was a little bit, you know, sturdier, but we're not going to use that. We're just going to use printer paper now because, you know, not everybody's going to have card paper. So this printer paper will work because we're going to layer it up with like the feathers. I think it would also work for the lion too. I think the lion's going to be, you can be able to use either one. I think you could do it for SpiderMan too. It just won't last as long as the card.
Alright, so again, we're gonna fold the paper in half hot dog style. I lined up the SpiderMan mask with the paper to see where I was gonna put my eyes, and then did the shape of the eyes for the bird. They're kind of like this almond shape. I again poked my scissors through the middle of the eyes and then cut out the inside of the eyes. That way you can, you know, get into the middle of the eye without cutting through the paper. Now I'm drawing the design of the feathers around the eyes, just like I drew on my sketch. Just the first layer of the inner light blue feathers that are right around the eyes. Then I'll go around with another piece of paper and make more feathers, and we can then glue them together later on. When I'm cutting, I cut from the outside always in on a feather because it's easier than turning your paper all the way around. So I just cut in from the point of the feather. I'm going to use watercolors. You can use any kind of supplies that you want, colored pencils or crayon, to color in your feathers. What I am going to do is shade the feathers though from a light blue on the outside of the feather to just like a white on the inside, just to give it a little bit more dimension, make it pretty, I guess, to me. You can color in your feathers any way you want though. So here you can really see where it's just like a darker blue on the outside, and that just takes a couple layers of paint if you're using paint, or just going back into the edges with more colored pencil or crayon. Just painted the beak a little pink just because I thought it would be cute. If you look, I also have those 2 nostrils in the middle, which are just triangles facing out from that center line that we folded. Okay, I folded the paper hot dog way just so I would have more space for more feathers reaching outward. I traced feathers around my original cut mask, and then this is going to be glued on to the back. I still have to cut the eye holes out, so I use the scissors to poke a hole again in the middle of where the eye would be, and then try and cut out
While the bird mask dries,
on the line of where the eye.
before I can put it together,
I want this purple
I
to
am
really
going
cover it,
to
so I cover the paper in water first.
start this lion mask. I guess we're gonna start with just the outline of the face, so this yellow part in the middle, and then we'll add the mane in like 2 pieces. Here we go.
The first layer.
Discovered the crime, Christian confessed in the interrogation room and said that he was thinking about his stepfather.
Then I go back in and make those edges darker again with another purple layer.
Less than a year earlier, Christian's stepfather, Louis, got her up what it meant.
I like this fold because then when it sits on your face and the mask gets on your face, it like comes out at the nose. So I like that fold in the middle. I think it's important. It also helps us with our symmetry.
Okay, so again, I'm doing the outline of the face on the tiger, or on the lion, and putting some little ears up at the top also, because that would be all one color. So the eyes are generally in the middle of the face. Well, the bottom of the eye is right on that middle line, and line up with the ears on the bottom, if it were a human face. But this is a lion, so just try and put them towards the middle. After the eyes were cut out, I took another piece of paper and I folded it in half, hot dog style, and then I lined it up with the mask on one side of the face to see where I wanted the mane to be, and then I sketched out the line for the hair and the mane. Cut that out with the paper still folded so that it would come out from both sides even and symmetrical, and then I cut the paper in half. And what this is going to do is allow you to like spread the mask out wider, but then we're going to have to fill in those gaps with another piece of paper. So I line them up with the eye holes where they need to go, and then tape them down so they would stay in place for now. I think my camera stopped recording at this part, but you need to fold your paper in half again and just see where you need a front bang type of hair to fall in front of the mask, so that'll cover the gap at the top of the mane. And then we're going to take another piece of paper, a small piece of paper, for the bottom to connect the mane at the bottom. You don't have to do this, but I just wanted it to look pointy like this. So I took another piece of paper and folded it in half and traced out those lines. Fold the paper back in half, cut it out, taped it on the back so that everything is in place. So this is what my bangs look like. I just kind of cut out this shape again by folding it in half and making it symmetrical, and then filling in the top of the mane. I'm going in with it now. I'm going to use all different kind of materials to color this in just to see where I want it to go. I shaded a lot of the edges with the marker, and then went in with a lot of colored pencil lines so that the hair looks like hairs. So you can see that now. For the pieces of the mane that are already taped on to the mask, I just flipped the mask over and flipped those pieces back and then started coloring on them, because it doesn't really matter if you have color on the back of your mask, nobody's going to see it. Continue to go in with the same drawing that I did for the bangs. I'm going to do that for the rest of the mane. Here you can see how I taped the pieces on the back. I just lined up that middle fold so that everything would be symmetrical and in order where I had cut it out originally. And then I taped it to the back. I can later then go glue it down when everything is finished, but the tape will hold for now and be easy to move if it's not in the exact spot that I need it to be. Alright, so here's my mane all finished. I'm going to go in and color the face black. I left the little details out for now so that I can go back in with a gold color. I have a gold color pencil. But again, with this one, I just wanted to get artistic, so it could be any colors you want it if you do this mask. I think adding designs to it gives it a little bit more of a decorative feel, so I might even put this up on the wall. And here you go. This is me using the color pencil just to add those details. My holes to feed my shrinker and tie the knots in the string in the front of the mask so that the string can go through. And I'm done.
Alright guys, so those are our 3 masks. I hope that you try them out and leave a comment if you do or if you watch this, and let me know what you think and how it turned out for you. Hopefully when we go back you can show me your masks, or we can make more when we are back together. Okay?